Hi guys, I am Meredith with AmericanTrucks.com, and today we are checking out this Barricade modular grill guard in black, fitting all 2009 through 2018 Ram 1500s, excluding the Rebel models. Now you should be checking this out if you are looking for that extra layer of protection for the front end of your truck that doesn't require swapping out factory components and is simply an add-on to your existing setup. Now this will be great for both the daily driver who wants to avoid wildlife and other road hazards from getting to the front end, and the Ram owner who is taking their truck off the pavement that may see other types of hazards getting to their favorite hunting spot or even just being on the work site. Now while the main purpose of this is the protection aspect, this is going to provide some other benefits too, like the flexibility in taking advantage of the modular construction whenever you need to if you have to access your headlights, and accessory mounting points for some additional function and lighting on the front end of your Ram. Now this will protect the front bumper where it would need it most in the case of a head-on collision. Now this will feature these vertical uprights here in the center that's very familiar to the grill guard build, but these ones are going to span from the underbody of the bumper all the way up to the hood, and they will come outward off of the Ram for some extended protection. Now that is very vital because this is going to take the brunt of whatever larger hazard that you may hit with your Ram, allowing this to take the blow instead of your front bumper. Now we'll also have vinyl guards on those uprights as an extra precaution, resisting any scuffing or scratching on the guard itself and acting as a bumper. Now the headlight guards will also do a great job at protecting from kick-up or debris coming in contact with your headlights, keeping them in mint condition thanks to these smaller bars adding an extra layer of protection without obstructing your light output. Now those guards are also removable. This entire thing is modular, so that's going to offer you the flexibility of access to your headlights if you have to maintenance them or clean them without having to kind of remove the entire guard from your truck. Now this will also have mounting points on this center bar here. That's going to allow you to personalize this further and add any accessory lighting to this grill guard. Now this guard will be made of a heavy-duty tubular steel construction, which will be a bit more durable than some of the other stainless steel options. Even though it is a bit heavier, this is going to be great for tougher hazards if you want that extra protection. Now the black powder coat on top will protect the steel from rusting and will definitely add to the appearance of the guard and match with other black or heavy-duty accessories that you may already have on your Ram. Now unlike other solutions, this is going to have the benefit of being completely bolt-on and won't require any modification if you don't want to install this on your truck, which is probably the best part about this construction. Now this will come in at about $650, being a more affordable choice for a brush guard or grill guard compared to others in the category. Now I think what stands out most about this is the tough steel construction, being able to handle whatever gets in your way compared to some lighter duty options that you may see, and the fact that this is going to be modular for your convenience, all while providing you a lot of strength for the front end. Now not all options in the category are going to provide you with that flexibility, and this does have the addition of light mounting points. So again, you can customize this to your own, which is just an extra bonus there, making it a great choice if those are the kind of benefits that you need for your adventures. Now installing this is a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, taking you about 2 hours or so to get the job done. All you need is some basic hand tools and maybe an extra set of hands on deck to help you get this mounted up, because it is, as you can see, quite large. Now at this point we can head over to our shop and check out a detailed breakdown on how you can install this on your Ram at home. So that is going to wrap it up for my review. Let's go ahead and get into the install.
For this install, you will need various ratchets, an impact, an adapter if necessary, an extension, 5mm Allen socket, 10, 13, and 18mm sockets, 13 and 18mm wrenches, and a clip removal tool. What's up guys, today we're going to be doing a grill guard on our Ram, so let's get started. Alrighty guys, so we've got the truck up on the lift here. This is just to give you a better look at what we need to do. You can do this on the ground, but it's much easier to show you what's going on if we have it up in the air. So we're going to start by removing our lower splash guard here, and it's held in by these retaining clips. So we're going to grab our clip removal tool pop all of our clips out and remove this splash guard. So now that we have all of our retaining clips out, this is also held in by tabs that go into the bumper, so we're going to need to pull this out and down. Pop this out like so, and we'll set this aside. So now that we have our splash guard off, we'll need to come back behind the bumper where it mounts to the frame horns and remove the two lower 18mm nuts holding it on. We're not going to remove the bumper itself, we just need to take those nuts off, as well as the lower 18mm mounting bolt back here, where if you did have factory tow hooks, that would be mounted. We don't have our bolts from previous installs, they've been kind of worn out, but if you do have them, you will need to remove those as well. Now we'll grab our 18mm socket on our ratchet and get these two mounting nuts off. Again, as mentioned, you'll also want to take the bolt that usually is here out, also with your 18mm socket. And once you have it done for this side, you can repeat that for the other side. Now we can grab our bottom mounting brackets. These are going to be embossed with a P or a D. That's for passenger or driver side. So since we're on our passenger side, get this one in place. And we can reinstall our 18mm nuts. Now we're not going to tighten these down fully just yet because we have some other stuff to get in place and adjust. And once you have this side done, you can install it on the other side. Now we can install our lower mounting brackets. Again, these are going to be labeled for passenger and driver. And for reference, the mounting bracket itself is going to be facing towards the outside of the vehicle. So we get it on these two studs from our other bracket. We can install our flat washers, lock washers, and our provided 18mm nuts. This is a little tricky to get the first one in place. Show you how their stud lines up. Get this first one hand tight. We can get our outer one on. Again, we're not going to fully tighten these just yet. We want to be able to have some adjustment for everything else. Next, we can install our rear support bracket. So that's going to go over top of this plastic piece here. We want our slotted end to be at our main bracket and the other end to be at our factory bolt hole. So get this through. We'll hold this in place. We're going to install our provided 18mm fine thread bolt along with a lock washer and flat washer. Get this lined up first. We want to get this hand tight. Then we can install our bolt on our support bracket to our main bracket. Now we can grab our provided 18mm bolt, lock washer and flat washer and get that through our support bracket and main bracket. That's going to line up with this rearmost bolt hole. And on the other side of that, you can install a flat washer and a nut. And again, we're just going to get this hand tight for now. And we'll do the same thing for the other side. Now that we have all of our bottom bracketry installed, we need to come up and install our upper support brackets. And to do that, we've got our hood popped and we're gonna need to pull back on our shroud here. You don't need to actually remove it, but we need to pull out our upper 10mm bolt in our headlight assembly. So we've got a 10mm socket on our ratchet. We'll go ahead and get this loose. We'll pull that bolt out. We can grab our upper support bracket. Now these, again, like all the other brackets, are going to be embossed with a P or a D. So we're on the passenger side. So we're going to get this in place and it's going to sit with the L facing down and out. Now that we've got our bracket in place, we'll reinstall that 10mm bolt we took off. We'll get that hand tight for now. Again, we don't want to fully tighten it because we want to be able to have adjustment. Still has room to move around. And we'll go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. So now that we have all of our bracketry in place, it's time to start assembling our grille guard itself. So we've got our two side brackets here, our main brackets, if you will. And we're going to start with our bottom support bracket. Now we want the taper to be facing outwards away from the vehicle. So we're gonna lift our main brackets up like so. We're gonna line these up. And we're gonna get 2 of our 13mm bolts and 2 flat washers for each bolt, along with a lock nut on each side. So we'll get our support bar lined up, get our bolts through our mounting holes. Once we get our first one through, we'll add our second flat washer and our lock nut. Should hold it in place. We can get our other one in. It's okay if it moves around a bit for right now. We're gonna leave these loose, and we'll do the same thing for the other side. Now we can get our upper crossbar portion in position. Now this is gonna sit inside of our main brackets. So we'll get this lined up. It's gonna sit and line up with the 3 bolt holes on each side. So we'll get it close on our first side here. We're gonna add our 3 13mm bolts, flat washers, and lock nuts to each side. So we'll get our first one in place. Again, add our flat washer, lock nut. We'll do the same for the other 2 bolt holes. Now that we have these 3 loosely in place, we'll do the same thing for the other side. Now we're going to come back and snug down the bolts for our bottom crossbar using our 13mm socket and 13mm wrench with our impact. And we'll do the same thing for the other side. So now that we've got our bottom crossbar snug down, that's going to set our gap for our upper crossbar, because we need to add our headlight covers as well. And they're pretty much going to sandwich on the outside of our main bracket and our upper crossbar. So by snugging those down, this is going to prevent our upper crossbar portion from being able to flop around. It's going to make things a lot easier. So we'll pull this hardware back out. And we're going to line our headlight cover portion up with the outside of these same holes, and then reinstall that same hardware that we already had in place. You may need to do some slight adjusting. Now that we've got our first one in, we'll add our other 2 back in. Then we can do the same thing for the other side. Now that we have our guard assembled, we're going to grab an extra set of hands to install it on our bottom mounting brackets, and we're going to use our 3 18mm bolts, 2 flat washers for each bolt, and 1 nut. That's going to go on each side. Now we're going to grab our provided 5mm Allen bolts with lock washers and flat washers and get those into our upper support brackets. Then you can do the same thing for the other side. Now that we've got everything in place, we want to make sure our grill guard is adjusted where we want it. And we'll start tightening everything down. We're going to start with our factory 10mm bolts for our headlights and work our way down. Now we use our 10mm socket and ratchet for this one. Now we'll grab our 5mm Allen socket on our ratchet to tighten down these 2. And we'll grab our 13mm socket on our impact and our 13mm wrench for our main bolts. So now we can come back underneath and fully tighten down all of our bracketry under here. So we'll grab our 18mm socket and extension on our impact and start with our support brackets and work our way forward to our main brackets and our other hardware. And for these next 4, we'll grab our 18mm wrench along with our 18mm socket. Lastly, we'll come back and tighten down our 2 bumper nuts, again with our 18 mil socket. And once you've got everything tightened down on this side, you can repeat that same process on the other side. Now you may have noticed we did not reinstall our lower splash guard. You can reinstall this at home. It will require some trimming to allow room for your bracketry. That is up to you. For demonstration purposes, we are not going to reinstall ours, but you can go ahead and trim that and reinstall it at home if you'd like. Alrighty guys, that about wraps up our review and install of our Barricade modular grill guard and black finish for your 09 to 18 Ram 1500, excluding the Rebel. Thanks for watching, and as always, for everything Ram, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.